Good evening, everyone. I'm Vishnu Yaktab, and in front of all of you, I'm presenting the Financial Times newspaper headline. So, first of all, Pels lays siege to Eagers castle. Next, Biden faces a special counsel probe into sensitive files found at home and office. Next, top financial cop earns his triples in crypto case. Next, Fed expected to slow interest rate rises as inflation falls to lowest in over a year. Next, Oreo prices uh, sand surging as Chinese economy reopens. Next, oil boss in UN climate role. Next, UK oligarch visa trial. Next, EU medicines stock bill. Next, Spanish tax battle stir. Next, Apple App Store pledge. On page number 2 in international section under that, Russia oligarchs exploited golden visas. Next, ECB pressure on rates eases as inflation expectations decline. Next, US presses for Serbia, Kosovo rapprochement. Next, obituary experimental guitarist took risk and did things his way. On page number 3 in international section under that, attempted hit on ESCOM chief shows South Africa in grid of cartels. Next, married reasons incentives up the ante in Spanish tax war. Next, EU prepares drugs plan in attempt to guarantee supplies. Next, half of green claims in adverts are misleadings. Brussels fund. Next, Sweden's reveals biggest rare earths deposit in Europe. On page number 4, international section on that, Abu Dhabi oil chief to head climate summit. Next, US and Japan include space and security pact as China tension grows. Next, Brazil violence offers Lula short-term lift. Next, women trial on pay and power in South Korea's male-dominated corporate culture. On page number 6 in companies and market section under that, Pels to wage proxy battles for seat on Disney board. Next, hot stuff iron ore and Cooper prices climb on hopes of rapid rebound for Chinese economy. Next, Apple vows to divulge more on App Store expulsion. Next, Apple's move into chip making puts its supply chain bet in focus. On page number 8 in companies and market section under that, Ubisoft shares plunge as forecast is cut. Next, China's BYD sets sights on second spot in Indian electric vehicle making. Next, US suffers worst winter flights chows in a decade. Next, TSMC cautious on outlook despite profit rise. Next, Vodafone plans biggest job cuts for 5 years. Next, on page number 9 in companies and market section under that, activist Plitz launches campaign to restore magic at debt laden Disney. Next, Morale at Golden Man in horrendous state has job X wings. Next, lower energy prices and China's reopening add gloss to European shares. On page number 10 in companies and market section under that, FTX scandal turns the spotlight on a New York star prosecutor. Next, DCG, sorry I'm repeating again, DCG broker Genesis owes creditors more than $3 billion. Next, EU policymaker freed over regulation after digital assets exchange blow. On page number 11 in companies and market section under that, price to fantasy measure that Baguli's investors. Next, on page number 14 in art section under that, highly charged story of a superconductor. Next, on page number 15 in Financial Times grid and energy section under that, Saudi Aramco bets on the long haul. Next, on page number 16 in that, Britain NHS need a no taboos relief review. Next, Taiwan must not suffer the same fate as Ukraine. Next, don't let central bank shun the climate crisis. Next, an interesting article on UK financial service bill. Next, City Gandhi take was galling and barely credible. Next, as executor of a friend civil, here's my list of grips. Next, comparing sub-Saharan Africa and G7 debt rises ratio. Next, Europe's single market, UK and Swiss perspective. Next, feeling let down by FT coverage of Harris book. Next, why is a Danzig free port not a model for Ireland? Next, no Americans I know are taken in by Montecito too. On page number 17, opinion section under that, $1 trillion blind spot for assets manager. Next, age of energy abundance could be closer than we think. Next, the issue with second hand pessimism. Next, quantum computing is harder than herding kittens. On page number 8, that much for today. Thanks for watching. Make a good day.